Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be doing a speed build in Oasis Springs. We're going to be rebuilding the Granada place, and let's just get into it. I'm so looking forward to this because I haven't done a speed build in a long time. So let's start. So once I load in, I start looking at the house, seeing what I can change. And then I start looking around and I see it and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. So I decide to try and get rid of it. And I realise I can just bulldoze a lot. So I bulldoze a lot and start from scratch. And then I had to spray paint the floor because there was marks from dirt and gravel from the entryway. And I was going to do a completely different design. So then I go onto the spray paint. And I use the green, the dark green. I tried looking at some other greens, like the light green, the dark green, and then the really dark green, and then like a medium green. I ended up going with like the dark green, not the really dark green. I ended up just going with the dark green. And then once I've done that, I go around the edges with the circle just to make sure I've got every single part of it. It doesn't really match with the area around it, but I thought it was okay. And then by building it, I just didn't really have any idea of what I was going to build. So I ended up just drawing a box and then another box on the side. Now I put a porch at the front because I thought it would be really nice looking off the ground a little bit. So I put a porch at the front and then put some really nice fence around it. I wanted a really nice door for some reason because I wanted to have a really nice modern house. And then I changed the height of the walls to small because I don't really like medium walls because the windows that I'm gonna use will look a bit weird on it. So I make the platform higher by 3, I think. And then I put some stairs with gaps in it because I feel like they kind of look like outdoor stairs. I'm not saying you can't have those indoors, but I just feel like they look more on the outside than the inside. They look better on the outside. So then I put a fence all around it just to make sure that it's safe. And then I build a ceiling on it because I'm going to build a second floor on it, which I do now. I put another room and then I don't. And then I decide not to put a room there because I didn't know what to put there and I didn't want to have a massive house. So instead though, I put a chimney because I thought it would look quite nice. And I wanted the house to be even, so I ended up extending the house by 1 square, block. And then I put the chimney up a few floors. And then I wanted to put a half wall on it because I think that would just look a bit more realistic. So I decided putting the smallest half wall on it. And then making the top bit white because I feel like the brown just makes it look a bit weird because I'm going to make the house like grey and white, so I didn't want to have it brown. So I looked for the outline of it but I couldn't find it, and then that reminds me that I needed to make the bottom platform brick, but then for some reason it didn't let me, so then I built some fences across the front bit, and then I think I deleted them, and then for some reason after that it worked and it let me put them there. I don't know why it didn't work the first time, but it let me do it. I was thinking about doing like the crosshatch one, but then I was like, it didn't really look very nice, so I just used the basic brick one. And then here I went back to do the top bit and make it white, as me still not finding it, and then I find it and then I put it back as white. And then here's me looking for a roof. I couldn't find a roof that would go well. So I tried that one, but I didn't really like how it matched the whole theme. So I just put the roof on to see how it would look with the chimney. And then I forgot about the chimney and just finished the roof. So for the roof I did one big bit and then made it smaller. I couldn't really decide how high I wanted it, so I just messed around with it and I went to that height. On the side I used the half roof and just made it in, and then I put it right in because I didn't want it to look weird on the wall, and then I angled it down and checked it didn't glitch in with the room. And then I put the sides in a little bit because I didn't want them to be overhanging, because I didn't really want overhanging roofs for this building. It looks so weird at the moment because I have no windows, but I promise you it will look okay at the end. There's still not a lot of windows in the end product, but I think it looks better than it does then. That bit looked so weird when it was really high, so I had to make it lower because that was over the front porch. So I didn't want it to overhang either because I just don't like overhanging things on this house. On this house it just doesn't look good with overhanging things. So, overhanging roofs. And then that's the inside. I did want to cut out the wall by the chimney, and I'm like, well, that's a chimney because it's a chimney, so you can't cut into the chimney. So I ended up not doing it, and then I put some pillars in to obviously support the front bit. Otherwise it just does not look great. And then I think I put some windows in it. Finally, I put some windows in. I end up putting 3 on the bottom side, and then I put some there. I put 2 at the front there, I think. And I put 1 there. Now, right now, I'm really happy with it. But at the top, the windows looked weird because the roof was so high. So I ended up putting those 2 in, and I thought it just looked a bit weird. I wanted to put some bigger ones in, so I put the bigger ones in and then lowered the roof. So I lowered the roof and then put some bigger ones in because I felt like the bigger ones just look better than the small ones. Or is that just me that thinks they're better? I don't want to put the windows in on the top because I just feel like I need to wait until I do the rooms so it doesn't look weird. And then here's where I did the back porch. I wanted it to go around like that, but then I realised it wouldn't work, so I wanted to go in the corner, kind of. If that's not a very good way of explaining it. But I wanted to do that, but I tried to do it with one, it just didn't work. I put fencing all around it, but I used the same fencing as I used at the front, so it kind of linked together. This bit, I didn't really like this design because I didn't really know where to put the door. I built the ceiling on it and I tried to do the roof on it. That roof gave me some troubles doing it. I just couldn't find the right roof to do. And then I did the door because I kind of just wanted to think about what I was going to do with the roof. I ended up putting some lights in just so you guys could see what I was actually doing. And then I put some stairs in because I felt like I needed to put the door in the right place for the stairs. I ended up going with these stairs because I felt like they just looked nice in there. It looks black at the top just because I haven't got any lights upstairs at the moment, so it looks black. I looped around the stairs so I could put it in the corner. Now I rotated it the wrong way, which is a bit silly, but you know, it's alright. And then I turned it back the other way. And then I moved the door because it was kind of in the way. So yeah, I moved the door. And then I put the stairs in the corner because I thought it looked like a really nice place for the stairs. And then I decided to do the outside just to make it all match together. I used a grey small lines one, which I thought would look really nice with the roof. And then I ended up changing the roof colour. But I still used the same wallpaper. I just kept the same wallpaper. And then I go back to the chimney. And then I decided I can't decide which one I want to use. So I decided that I would take like 5 minutes deciding. So I just cut to the bit where I chose one. So I ended up going with the brick one, the grey brick, because I just thought it matched better. And then I changed the basic roof to that one. And I was like, I don't really like that. So I ended up going with this black one, which I really thought that tied in the chimney. Okay, now it's time to sort out this roof. This roof gave me a nightmare, literally. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't find the right roof for it. So I ended up taking like 10-15 minutes on it. And I still don't think it looked quite right at the end. But at the end, I actually ended up changing it to a whole different design on the outside. So I'll just cut to the bit where I actually finish it because I took so long on it and I think it would just be boring. So yeah, let's go to the next bit. I tried doing the outside bit, but I just couldn't get it round the right way, so I just decided to make it basic and go for just the front bit. And then I make the outside brick for the bottom bit, for the platform. And then I put some wood for the decking, because otherwise it looks weird, grey. So that's what the outside bit looks like. And then I forgot to change it to black, which was very smart. I wanted to put a 2-stair there, but I thought it would just look weird, so I just went with a 3-stair there. And I deleted the fences because you can't get to it otherwise. So right now, this is what it's looking like. And then I actually change it because I forgot when I was looking around the house. And then I put the windows in at the back. I used the same windows as I used at the front because otherwise it would glitch with the longer windows. So now I decided to put the windows on the side. Somehow later on the top middle window gets deleted. I don't remember how, and then I had to fill it back in at the end. But somehow that one got deleted. Can't remember when I did that though. I'll probably see in the video. But I end up going for the interior now, and I use the basic floor and like some basic walls just so I can get it all like that, so then it's easier to decorate everything. I end up using like a not really expensive TV but quite expensive TV. I end up going with this sofa that can fit 4 people I think, or 3 people. 4 or 3 people. And I wanted to use this rug, but it was massive, so I had to make it smaller. I wanted to use this rug, but it was too small, and then when I made it bigger, it was too big, so I just couldn't use that one. I ended up putting a light there, and then a side table, because I just thought 2 lights, it doesn't really make sense. Like, most people just have 1 light. Why would you have 2? And then I put a bookcase in the corner because I was trying to just fill up some empty gaps, because I don't like having empty gaps in my house, but somehow I still ended up with some empty gaps somewhere. I wanted to use this coffee table, and then I was having a real hard time trying to fit it in with the inline bit, like in line with the TV and the sofa, because there it was too close to the sofa, and then it was too far away from the telly, so I had to put it in the middle. But then I had to use my old key to move it around freely, so it was really hard to line it up. I put a radio on it and then tried to put a plant on it. I tried to raise it, but I couldn't remember the key, so I just decided just not to use it. So this is the end of the episode. Unfortunately, I didn't get enough time to do the whole build this episode, so I'll carry on in the next part. See you next time, guys. Bye!